Hi guys, today we're going to create a marbleized print using shaving cream, and either if you have watercolor paint you can use that. If you don't have watercolor paint you can use food coloring. That works well too. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Alright guys, so to do this project you need a bin or a tray to hold the shaving cream. You need any type of shaving cream that you have, whatever you have at home works. Either a pencil or a paintbrush. If you have liquid watercolor paint, you can use that. That works really well. If you don't have liquid water paint, you can use food coloring too. All right, that works also. All right, and then if you have a putty knife, you can use that. Or if you don't have a putty knife, you can use a spatula or even a paper towel. If you have regular paper, it can work on regular paper. The paper doesn't hold as much paint on it because it gets kind of soggy very quickly. So if you have stronger paper than that, it's better to use a thicker paper. But if you don't have thicker paper, just use your regular paper. All right, so the first thing that we need to do is to grab some shaving cream. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna put a little bit or some of it onto this bin. Now you don't need too much, just enough to kind of fill it in. And then if you have a putty knife, you can use a putty knife. If you don't, just use a spatula to kind of spread it around a little bit. That's where your paint is gonna go on top. All right. Try to make sure that you don't have any holes in it. That way it prints better on your paper. All right, when you're done with that, just put that to the side. And then depending on what you have, whether you're using the food coloring or the watercolor paint, if you have it, you just need a couple of drops of it. So I'm just gonna put a couple. I'm gonna use the primary colors. So I have red here. And I don't need too much. And then I have blue. And I have yellow. So those are the three primary colors. And I know yellow looks a little orangey, but that's because it's concentrated. So that means it's very strong. All right. And then with your paintbrush or your pencil, whichever one you have. If you're using the paintbrush, you're not going to use the side with the bristles. You're going to use the handle side to swirl your paint around. All right. If you use a pencil, you can use either side. You can just wash it when you're done. So I'm just going to swirl it around a little bit. When I'm happy with the way it looks, then I'm going to print it. So then I grab my paper and I'm just gonna lay it on top, flat. And I just push it down a little bit. Don't push it too hard. You're just kind of like tapping it, right? You're just tapping it softly. You're not pushing it hard. There we go. Now I'm gonna move this, take it out. And then here's where your putty knife or spatula come in handy again. You have to remove this stuff. So if you're just gonna swipe it off. Right? And if you have a trash can or a paper towel nearby, it helps. And that's how you create your marble prints. So I'm going to do one more, but this time I'm going to use the watercolor paint to show you how to do that. Again, you just need a little bit of shaving cream. And then you can spread it. Now when you spread it, just spread it softly. Very softly. You don't want to push too hard down because then you'll make holes inside on it. Alright. So let's start off with the red again. This is watercolor paint. If you have watercolor paint, it works well. Now you can use as many colors as you want, or as you have, right? So if you have a lot of colors, you can use a lot of colors. And again, now you can swirl it however you want. You could do a spiral, right? Do circles. You can make lines that go up and down, however you want. You could try to draw inside it. All right, I think I'm ready to print. I'm gonna grab my paper. This time I'm gonna do it with a plain paper. I'm just gonna lay it down flat. I'm gonna push down. Because this is plain paper, you can immediately see how the paper's soaking up the paint, right? And again, you're just tapping it softly, you don't need to push hard. All right, so I'm gonna lift this out and put it on the table. And then see, it's pretty soggy, so you gotta be very careful when you grab it. All right, now I'm gonna grab my spatula, or if you have your putty knife, clean that off. There you go, and that's your print. That's your marbleized print. All right, so you can just put this to dry, and then you can use it. You can leave it like that, or you can use it as a background for something else, for another drawing that you want to do. All right, I hope you guys had fun with this project. Enjoy.